with head coach Jenny Huth as the Bears fall to the Grizz 60-56. Coach, tale of two halves there.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought we had a really good first half. We played good defensively. The second half, we just came out flat. They changed their defenses, and, that's on me. That's their credit. And, we only had 1 point for about that first 6 minutes, and just getting in flow and getting in confidence against that press, that's on me. I got to have our team prepared for that, and credit to them to come out and do that. And then towards the end of the game, we just had a hard time making a couple plays there and just not real fluid. So we'll have to regroup and regather for that next game on Sunday.
One of the keys of the game was to control the tempo, and it looked like in that second half when you got up by 19, you wanted to control the tempo and slow it down, but it really kind of allowed them to get back into the game.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's on me. To have a 19-point lead and not be able to close out that game is definitely lineups and adjustments that I have to clean up, and that's part of this process. And with a young team is, I thought Hannah was sensational playing both ends of the floor. Olivia came in and gave us really good minutes, but just the flow of the groups together is the most important piece of it. And I thought we had things going really well that first half, so we'll have to learn from it and get better. And we can't hang our heads. We got a ton of games left, and we just got to keep getting better and getting tougher and figuring that out. But I was pleased with the lead.
You get a new piece in the puzzle in Jaden Galloway. She comes in and plays and helps you guys get a little bit more point guard action in there. Montana went to the press. You guys broke it pretty well until the end there, where you had a couple turnovers.
Yeah, and that's me. I had the wrong lineup in there, and I have to give kids an opportunity to understand how to handle that. And obviously we weren't confident in that and prepared for that, in terms of not that we hadn't prepared for it, but that you're going to see it and expect something different in the second half, and just having composure and poise through that.
You got some solid freshmen that you brought in this year. You got to be excited to see Hannah Simmontal comes in tonight, 19 points for the Bears. I mean, until the third there, she didn't miss a shot.
No, she was sensational, and she was having to do it on both ends of the floor, so I wanted to rest her there in that second half. And when she was out, we definitely were hurting, and I think Elisa did a good job, and I should have kept her in there to break the press and good rhythm, but just giving them a little bit of rest. And we have to have that consistency from our bench so that we can hold it down, so kids can get play hard for spurts, and then we can hold it down with some substitutions. So that's something I'll have to keep looking at and making sure the lineups are clean and fluid.
One thing that jumped out to me tonight was the movement without the basketball. I thought the ladies did a good job moving without the basketball. You didn't commit as many turnovers as you've been averaging. So good movement without the basketball, but down the stretch just was having a hard time making those layups.
Yeah, and those are the things as a coach you can't do for your team. Your team has to feel confident, and obviously we got to grow in that, and confidence comes from work and working together. And I thought we had a great stretch right after the Christmas break, and that's not for naught. It's not lost time. It's for sure. It's all about the process, and I've talked about that since day one, since I accepted this job. When you're building a program, you have to build process, and sometimes the process is a loss, and sometimes you blow a 19-point lead, and that's the process. And at some point, it's gotta, you gotta dig in and say, like, this ain't gonna happen. This doesn't happen to us, and that comes from the girls on the floor.
How much does it change it that you have to come back out on Sunday and play this team again? Go watch some film tomorrow, practice, but right back in the gym on Sunday to play the same team. How odd is that for you?
Yeah, I mean, we already did it with Idaho State, so we're all trying to get used to it. We'll have to obviously make some adjustments in that second half. We did not play our best basketball in that second, nor even the first. We did have good ball movement, and we haven't played with a 19-point lead ever, this year. And so I'm proud of us for getting that, and then fighting to get to the last shot at the end of the game. You're right there, and that's what you got to be in. And so hopefully we can learn and keep growing.
All right, Coach, tough loss tonight. We'll see you again on Sunday as you play the Grizz again.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. As Coach Huth steps aside, the Bears fall tonight by a score of 60-56.